Darnell Carter already knew the flight was going to be rough the moment he stepped onto the plane. His son Noah pressed his wet little face against his shoulder, tiny fists grabbing his shirt as if he were afraid the world might snatch him away. Noah had been teething. No sleep for 3 nights. No break. No help. And now, a 3-hour flight with a baby who was already whimpering. Passengers stared. Some with annoyance. Some with judgment. Some pretending not to look at all. Darnell whispered softly, almost pleading. "Buddy, please. Please stay calm. Just for a little while." But the moment their seats clicked shut, Noah let out a long, loud cry that echoed through the cabin. A few people groaned. Someone muttered, "Oh great." Another whispered, "Here we go." Darnell's heart squeezed painfully. He bounced Noah gently, rubbing circles on his tiny back. "I'm sorry, baby. I know. I know you're tired." Noah's cries grew louder. Sharper. His little lungs working overtime. A woman across the aisle rolled her eyes dramatically. "Seriously? Doesn't he know how to control his kid?" Another man said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Some people shouldn't travel with babies unless they know what they're doing." Darnell felt heat rise in his chest, shame mixed with frustration. "I'm trying," he whispered, voice trembling. "I'm really trying." His shirt was damp with tears from both of them. His hands shook from exhaustion. Every judgmental look felt like a slap. He kissed the top of Noah's head, whispering against his soft hair, "Your mama would have been better at this than me." His voice cracked quietly. "I'm doing my best, little man." Noah's cries didn't stop. They got louder. And louder. And louder. Darnell swallowed hard, blinking fast as heat stung his eyes. "Please, baby, please." Passengers looked away. Some sighed. Someone clicked the call button for the flight attendant. He braced himself for the worst, the comments, the complaints, the humiliation. But then, someone stood from 2 rows back. A young woman. Warm eyes. Soft expression. A calmness that felt almost unreal in the chaos. She walked toward him slowly, almost like she didn't want to startle him. "Hi," she said gently. Her voice wasn't judgmental. It wasn't annoyed. It carried something soft, like understanding. She smiled down at Noah, who cried even harder because he was overwhelmed. "Hey, little guy," she murmured, her voice light and musical. "You're scared, huh?" Darnell swallowed. "I'm sorry, he's just tired." "I know," she said softly. "Can I help?" His breath caught. A quiet, disbelieving, shaky laugh slipped out of him. "You want to help me?" People were still staring, waiting for drama. But instead, she smiled tenderly and said, "Yes. I'm a single mom too." And everything inside him softened. Just a little. Just enough to breathe again. The woman slid into the empty seat beside him before he had the chance to protest. Her presence felt like warm sunlight in the middle of a storm. "My name's Eva," she said softly, slowly reaching toward Noah as if she were approaching a frightened kitten. "Can I hold him?" Darnell blinked, confused. "Hold him? You think he'll calm down?" "I've been there," she said with a gentle smile. 100 times. "It's okay." Noah cried again, a loud, sharp wail that made someone a few rows up groan dramatically. Darnell felt a little embarrassed laugh escape. "You sure you want to deal with this?" Eva chuckled, the kind of laugh that made the air lighter. "Trust me. I've handled a lot worse." He hesitated, but something about her voice made him feel like he could trust her. "Okay," he whispered, letting her lift Noah from his arms. The second Noah rested against her chest, he blinked, paused, and then, unbelievably, his cries softened. A couple of passengers turned, surprised. Eva rocked him gently, humming a tune so soft that Darnell felt his throat tighten. A little awe sound escaped one of the passengers nearby. "You're amazing," he murmured, half laughing in relief. She smiled softly. "Oh, trust me. I wasn't always good at this." My daughter screamed through every flight until she turned 3. He chuckled under his breath, finally breathing easily again. "I thought maybe I was just bad at this." "You're not bad," she said firmly, meeting his eyes. "You're exhausted. There's a difference." The words hit him so deeply he almost looked away. Eva rubbed Noah's back in small circles. She whispered something gently, like she was singing secrets into his little ears. Noah's sobs turned into sniffles, then quiet breaths, then soft, sleepy whimpers. The entire plane relaxed. The tension melted like ice in warm hands. "You're a miracle worker," Darnell whispered. "A mom with too much practice," she replied with a warm little laugh. After a moment, her expression grew thoughtful. "Where are you heading?" "My sister's place," he said, sighing softly. "Just need a break. I haven't slept in days." "Single dad life?" "Yeah." His voice cracked a bit. His mom passed when he was 3 months old. Eva's face softened with genuine sympathy. "I'm so sorry." He nodded, throat tight. "Some days it feels like I'm holding it together with tape and prayers. And some days you do better than you think," she said gently. He looked at her, really looked. Kind eyes. Warm smile. Gentle energy. It had been so long since anyone spoke to him with kindness. Noah nuzzled deeper into Eva's shoulder, letting out the tiniest sleepy sigh. A smile spread across her face. "There you go, little man." Darnell's chest felt warm. He whispered, voice trembling with relief. "Thank you, Eva. You have no idea how much this means." She brushed it off with a soft laugh. "We single parents have to stick together." But Darnell felt something shift inside him. Not love. Not romance. Something simpler. Something quieter. Hope. Darnell watched Eva stroke Noah's tiny hair with such tenderness that something inside him softened in ways he didn't expect. "How old is your daughter?" he asked quietly. 5, Eva replied, smiling. "She's with my mom this weekend. First break I've had in months." "You deserve it," he said gently. She laughed, a tired, airy laugh with a little sadness mixed into it. "Sometimes I forget how to relax." He smiled softly. "Yeah, I get that." She paused, looking at Noah, then spoke in a quieter voice. "My daughter, her name is Lily." Her fingers stilled for a moment on Noah's back. "She hasn't seen her dad since she was 1. Darnell blinked, surprised. "Oh. I didn't mean to bring up." "No, it's okay," she said quickly, giving him a reassuring smile. "It's just, people always assume it was some big breakup." She let out a shaky breath. "But the truth is, he walked out before he ever tried." Darnell's heart tightened. "I'm sorry." Eva shrugged softly, though her eyes glimmered with pain. "For a long time, I thought something was wrong with me. Like maybe I wasn't enough. But then Lily got older. She'd crawl into my bed and wrap her arms around me whispering, 'Mama, I'm safe with you.' And I realized," her voice trembled just slightly, "I wasn't missing a man. I was giving everything she needed." Darnell couldn't stop the warm ache that grew in his chest. "You're strong," he murmured. She smiled at him, small, genuine, shy almost. "I had to be." Noah shifted in her arms, letting out a little sleepy sound, almost a tiny laugh. Eva's face lit up in the sweetest way. "He's adorable, you know." Darnell let out a soft laugh. "When he's not screaming, yeah." "You're doing good, Darnell," she said softly. No one had said that to him in months. Maybe years. Something in him cracked. Just a little. He whispered, "Thank you." Eva leaned back in her seat, still holding Noah comfortably. "You know, I used to panic on planes. Lily would cry and people would stare, and I'd want to disappear. Her voice softened even further. So when I heard your little guy cry, I knew that feeling. That helplessness. He looked down, voice barely above a whisper. I felt like everyone hated me. Not everyone. He swallowed. Hard. I saw your face. You weren't annoyed. Because I know the sound of a parent trying their best. She stopped, her voice trembling. It's one of the bravest sounds in the world. He breathed out, shaky and slow. He didn't know her. But he felt understood. Deeply. Quietly. Unexpectedly. As Noah drifted into sleep on her chest, Eva hummed again, soft, warm, comforting, and Darnell whispered with a sad little smile. He likes you. She looked at him with a tiny laugh. Babies know hearts. They know who's safe. And for the first time in a long time, he felt safe too. The plane hit a pocket of turbulence. It wasn't dangerous, but it made a few passengers jump. One woman gasped loudly. A man clutched his armrest. Noah stirred, letting out a tiny cry. Before panic could rise again, Eva gently rocked him, whispering sweet little sounds that mellowed him back into calm. Darnell let out a relieved breath. Girl, you got superpowers. Eva grinned, a playful spark in her eyes. Only with cute babies. He laughed, a warm, surprised laugh he didn't expect. It came from somewhere deep, somewhere tired, somewhere grateful. But when he wiped his eyes, Eva noticed. What's wrong? She asked softly. Darnell hesitated. Then sighed. I haven't laughed like that in months, he admitted. Feels weird. Eva frowned gently. Parenthood does that to people. Drains the joy out of you until something random brings it back. He nodded slowly. Yeah. I guess so. She shifted Noah slightly and gave him a look, the kind that gently invites truth. He swallowed, a tightness forming in his chest. Can I tell you something? He whispered. Eva nodded. When Noah cries like that, it reminds me of the night his mom died. His voice broke, but he kept going. She was in pain. I was calling 911 and holding him at the same time. He cried nonstop. And whenever he cries like that now, I don't know, it's like I hear her all over again. Eva's eyes softened with such deep tenderness it made his throat close. Darnell. He looked away, blinking hard. People think I'm weak because I get emotional. But I miss her. And I don't know how to be both mom and dad. Eva's voice came out soft and warm. You're not weak. You're grieving. He let out a shaky breath. Sometimes I'm scared I'm messing him up. Eva shook her head slowly. You're loving him. That's never messing up. He laughed under his breath, a small, broken laugh. You're gonna make me cry on this plane, Eva. She smiled gently. Then cry. I've cried in airports, planes, grocery stores, bathrooms, parking lots. Being a single parent is loud. She chuckled sadly. Weeping in public becomes a personality trait. The two shared a soft laugh that carried quiet pain and quiet healing at the same time. Noah shifted again, letting out a tiny, sleepy sigh that made Eva melt. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Darnell watched her hold his son, her cheek brushing Noah's hair, and something inside him felt like a warm blanket settling around his heart. The plane rattled again, but this time, no one panicked. Eva whispered, he's okay. You're okay. And for the first time since his wife died. He believed it. Even if just for that moment. As the plane began its descent, the cabin lights dimmed slightly. People stretched, gathered their belongings, and exchanged relieved sighs. Noah woke with tiny blinks, looked around, and then, unbelievably, giggled softly against Eva's chest. A tender laugh slipped from her. Well, hey there, sunshine. Darnell felt his chest warm. He doesn't usually giggle at strangers. Well, she smiled lightly. I'm not a stranger anymore. He chuckled softly. Guess not. When the wheels touched the ground, passengers clapped as if celebrating survival, or maybe just freedom. Eva sat up straight and handed Noah back gently, brushing a thumb across his cheek. You've got a sweet boy, Darnell. He swallowed. Thanks to you, he survived this flight. Our flight, she corrected with a teasing grin. He felt heat rise in his cheeks, a shy, surprised warmth. He didn't remember the last time someone teased him kindly. The seatbelt signs turned off. Passengers hurried to leave. Darnell took his time. He lifted Noah and grabbed the diaper bag, trying not to drop anything. Eva watched him with a soft smile. You need help? He tried being cool. I got it. The diaper bag fell over. Eva laughed, a warm, bright laugh that felt like music. You sure? All right, he said, defeated but smiling. Maybe a little help. They walked off the plane together, side by side. Noah rested sleepily on Darnell's shoulder, his tiny fist holding onto his father's collar. At the gate, Eva picked up her small carry-on. Darnell forced a smile, but something inside him tightened unexpectedly. He didn't want this moment to end. You made today easier, he said softly. Thank you. She met his eyes, warmth, softness, something gentle and aching. You made it easy for me too. He laughed lightly. How? Eva shrugged. Sometimes helping someone else is the only break we get. He nodded, understanding too deeply. A tiny silence settled between them, not awkward, but full. Almost hopeful. Darnell took a breath. Eva, can I? She held up a hand, smiling shyly. Let me go first. He blinked. Okay. She reached into her purse and pulled out a small card with her number. This is for you, she said gently. If you ever need help, or someone to talk to, or just a friend. His breath hitched. You want to stay in touch? I do. He looked at the paper, then at her, then back at the paper, a relieved, awestruck laugh slipping out. Wow, yeah. I'd like that. A lot. She smiled, lightly touching his arm. You're doing better than you think, Darnell. Before he could reply, her ride arrived. She waved once more and walked away, turning back with a warm smile that hit him right in the chest. Noah yawned, reaching toward the direction she walked. Yeah, Darnell whispered with a small, emotional chuckle. I liked her too. Darnell strapped Noah into his stroller and pushed him through the airport. Every step felt lighter, like he'd been carrying a weight he didn't know he could put down. Outside, the sun was setting. The sky looked like painted gold. He stopped near a bench, took a deep breath, and pulled out the little card Eva gave him. Her handwriting was soft, warm. Just like her voice. Just like her heart. He read the number twice, then whispered a small laugh. Man, you really gonna do this? Noah squealed, bouncing his hands happily. What's that? You think Daddy should call? Darnell teased, bending down to kiss his forehead. Noah giggled, drooling happily, somehow giving approval like a tiny, chubby-cheeked judge. Darnell smiled. All right, little man. Here goes. He dialed. It rang once. Twice. 3 times. Then her voice, warm, surprised. Darnell? Just hearing her say his name made his chest tighten. Yeah, it's me, he said softly. A smile slid into her voice. I was hoping you'd call. You were? Of course. He chuckled nervously. I thought maybe I was bothering you. You could never bother me, she said gently. Single parents need each other. His throat tightened. That's really kind, Eva. A soft silence filled the line, comfortable, gentle. Then she asked, how's Noah? Snoring already, Darnell said with a proud little laugh. Thanks to you. Tell him I said goodnight. He smiled. I will. More silence. Not empty, full. Like both of them were thinking of the same thing but scared to say it. Finally, Eva spoke again. Hey, Darnell. Yeah? You're doing an amazing job. Really? His breath hitched, a warm ache spreading in his chest. Thank you. I needed to hear that more than you know. I did too, she whispered. Another quiet moment. Another soft breath. Another layer of something unspoken forming between them. He swallowed. Maybe we could meet again? You, me, and our kids? Eva's smile poured through the phone like sunshine. I'd like that, she said softly. I'd like that a lot. Darnell closed his eyes, letting out a long, shaky breath. He felt something open inside him, something new, something hopeful, something bright. As he pushed Noah's stroller toward the taxi line, he whispered, Your mama would be proud of us, buddy. I think we're gonna be okay. And he believed it. For the first time in a long, long time. He truly believed it.